Welcome back to one of my favourite shooting places, Holland and Holland. Today, we're at the Race Against Dementia charity shoot. We started the morning by hearing a few words from the Racing Against Dementia team and founder and legendary Formula One racer, Sir Jackie Stewart.
Mr. Barretta's been a big supporter for every
Shooting's been a big part of my life. When I was 14 years of age, my father got me clay pigeon shooting. We were brought up with the countryside. Shooting was a large part of that, and clay pigeon shooting turned out to be the most important thing maybe I've ever had in my life, before I was a racing driver.
I don't want any of you to try and drive these cars away.
I was shooting for Scotland, I was shooting for Great Britain, I was going around the world shooting, clay pigeon shooting, target shooting, Olympic trench. And I think that prepared me so well as a racing driver on mind management, how not to make mistakes.
1969 Drivers' Championship.
Really, my shooting's had an awful lot to do with my whole career, in fact, not just in motor racing, but also in business.
Did you continue shooting throughout your racing career?
Yes, trap shooting a lot, pheasant shooting, partridge shooting, grouse shooting. My grandfather being a gamekeeper and my father being a great fisherman, big part of my life.
And so when it came to setting up a charity event, shooting was obviously a good route to go from your passion.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the Holland Holland Shooting Ground.
The charity was only because of one thing, because of Helen, my wife. We've been married for very many years. She was my timekeeper, my lap charter.
She's as much a part of this story.
She was a huge part of the story of my racing career. The shock of her dementia has been so well managed by the doctors, but we've got to find a cure for dementia. And that challenge is the biggest challenge I've ever met. But we're going to do it, and I want to do it in my lifetime. With the help of so many people that are here today, raising money, all of them, for Dementia Challenge.
Today's format was a little different to a normal shoot. There was going to be 8 stands of sporting clays with 5 pairs on each. A 60-bird flush shot by the whole team, and a 2-shooter sequence of 20 targets. Given that many of the people here were not regular shooters, the course wasn't set to beat anyone up. That was gonna be good for the total scores, and was gonna leave plenty of room for embarrassment for the more experienced shots on the course. My team was made up of 2 regular shooters, Carl and Tim, and the less experienced David. How are we feeling?
Feeling confident, quietly confident.
I like this attitude. Take a lesson from Ant McLernan. They're corporate clays, shoot him in the face. Greatness, Carl, greatness. Carl was first up into the first stand, a close quarters rabbit, and a long, slow incomer. After ribbing him for missing this simple incomer, I went ahead and did the exact same thing. Oh no. Thank you, sir. Moving on to the next station, we were presented with 2 simple going away birds. When shooting these simple targets, you still need to give 100%. I can't comment, it's about to go downhill. Alright. And really have to avoid the temptation to play games and shoot them early.
Well,
it will not pay off. I was just trying to show off, Carl. Oh. There's then a tendency to, with these easier clays, just to lock on and shoot, whereas with a harder clay, you disengage the gun, don't you? Just focus more on the line. And that's my excuse for missing that one. Alright, so far so good. I've shot a 9 and a 9. Both should have been a 10 and a 10. Charity shoots are actually quite a big thing in shooting, and if you've never attended one, it's definitely worth a go. They're a little bit more money than a standard shoot, but you're doing something for a good cause, and you're here, as I said, to just have a great day out with friends. All pressure's off. It's not a competition. It's a competition. But as Sir Jackie said at the beginning, everyone here's a winner. We've done something good. We're here for a good cause, and we're here for a good time. You've already won when you got here, and there's not many competitions like that in the world. With all of us done on the second stand, we moved on to the team flush. Oh, not yet.
At the end of the flush, there'll be a single flash plate on its own. 10 points extra if you hit that.
Giving each team a maximum score of 100 points.
I'm nervous because I blew that stand, so we'll see.
But it was entertaining.
At least I'll blame you lot if it doesn't go right. So
remember, orange clay worth 10 points. If we break all 4 of those, we've got 40 points. You'll go left, Carl, or right?
I don't mind, Tony. Where do you want to go?
I'll go right. That's all right. I might need to squeeze over a bit if that's all right. I'm a bit large. Putting good scores in on a flush requires not missing and reloading fast. Although I must admit, my mind was really focused on smashing the flash clays. Well done, team! This is like handshake time. We actually did okay, I think.
Good job, yeah, well done. Good job.
We must have hit like 81, as long as we beat the girls. Yeah.
You shot a 93.
Woo!
You're in first place, well done. Fantastic.
Hey, look, can we just shut this down now?
Very well.
Look at that, a career shooting low birds pays off, boys.
Exactly.
We filled each other's holes perfectly in talent. This event is sponsored by Beretta and Cartridge, and they've put cartridges on every stand. Complex 21 Gross is a great shell, but I decided to bring some Superfast 24s for the extra edge. Definitely don't need them. Definitely not saving my bacon with a lack of talent or lack of concentration. But yeah, so far so good. That was a real ego boost. It's not going to be the winning score, but 93 out of 100. Good teamwork. No, we can never finish it. I like 9s. 9s are like humble. Oh, what? I can't believe it.
did you do that to make me feel better?
I didn't do it for a reason. As much as we are here for a good time, we are also here for a good cause. And before we shoot this next stand, the Holland Holland stand, that's worth double points if you shoot it with a Holland Holland, we're going to catch up with the guys who are at the sharp edge of the fight against dementia. Mark, tell me about racing against dementia.
Race Against Dementia was really started by my mother.
Thank you, all of you. Helen's here to keep me in trim. She's still the boss.
My father doesn't like to take no for an answer, so he said, well, we've got to find something. Created Race Against Dementia and done an amazing job. He's now handed the keys to me, and I'm very happy to do it. 1 out of every 3 children born today will die with dementia. We're funding research to find a cure, but also find a way to prevent it as well. What is it we're doing wrong? Why is it we're having more dementia today? Is it what we're eating? Is it in the water?
So we don't understand any of this stuff yet?
No, we're getting there. To date we have 20 PhD fellowships all over the world researching the very problem we're discussing. Nowadays we realise that nothing is impossible, and we're starting to understand the disease a lot better than before. We know it's a disease and we can fix diseases. We know if
and that's the backbone of Racing Against Dementia, is those guys researching for both the sectors, the prevention and the cure.
We raise money to fund researchers and give them 5-year fellowships, and those 5 years they don't have to look over their shoulder. 5 years is a long time, so we can pay for their first 5 years.
And that allows you the time to take some risks which other funding mechanisms don't necessarily allow.
Some of them have already effectively graduated and they're running their own departments. We're really starting to put people where there were never anybody exploring this, because dementia is seen as something that can't be fixed. Where today, if you speak to any of our fellows, they're super enthusiastic about finding a cure for this.
I am so good.
God's gift.
I'm so good.
You're telepathic. Wow.
Is that you? Stand 6 is the Holland Holland stand and is worth double points if shot with a Holland Holland. They have two, 12 and a 20. I shot the 20 and straightened it, which I should have done before this point of the game. This is a beautiful gun. It's a Holland and Holland Royal 20 bore and in a great spec. Double trigger, none of that single trigger nonsense. Beautiful case colour hardening with the gold inlaid. 28-inch barrel with multi-chokes. All in all, just a beautiful little gun. We've seen this kind of thing before, but they always deserve a bit of respect and attention. Everyone else chose to shoot the 12, which I feel is a mistake. Woo! This is lovely. We shot the next stand, a teal and good driven clay. Before it was time to break for coffee, snacks and mingling with the other teams. I was listening. I was having a very intent thought on your conversation.
Slightly further to your right.
Yeah. No bird. But soon enough, the horn was blown for us to return to our stands to continue shooting. Quick refreshment break, and we are now onto the two-man flush. You separate into twos, it's a four-man team. Two people shoot, the other two people shoot. Your combined score for the pair, you get that score against your name. I'm with Tim, he's warmed up. Hopefully that little break didn't sort of take the pace off. Fingers crossed. The two-shooter flush was a new one on me. There was gonna be 20 targets in total fired out of 4 traps. Yeah, baby, same again. These would come in a sequence of different pairs, as well as a few goes at all 4. The two shooters had to work as a team to make sure nothing hit the ground without breaking. Thanks, Tim. 19 is a good score.
Did we miss one?
No birdie. I missed.
Slip away. Where did it slip away, John?
It was me.
Okay, so here we go.
It was mine.
It was like a little woodcock that left the cover and we never even saw it.
Yeah. Back on the Sporting, we were faced with a report pair of driven birds from the tower. Good fun targets that were easily missed out of line just like any driven bird. Thank you. It's no car, but it's not bad. With 2 stands left to go, we still had a trick up our sleeve. This late in the day, the sun was not our friend on this stand. And you either had to shoot them early or commit to your move and break it in the sun. Could we just move the sun a little?
Oh yeah, just give us 5 minutes.
Are you saying that Holland Holland doesn't have that ability? I was told this is the best shooting squad in the south.
We're not that good.
That card he just handed over was the Joker. That counts for double points on any stand you handed in on. We really should have handed it in on some of the simpler stuff. I just watched somebody who's very proficient partridge shot miss 5 of these. We've already put in some heroic 19s out of 20s on the team club. Who cares if we miss everything? Either way, it was time to crack out the dark glasses.
Shooting before the sun.
I mean, at this point, my eyes are stared at the sun so much I can't.
No, you're
We need a little break. Boom, 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 boom.
Got them all?
9. 9. 10s are for losers.
because you played the Joker, so...
Yeah, but don't tell anyone you played the Joker. Yeah, I shot 10 on there.
8. 16. 16.
Right, that is solid. Very solid.
Very solid.
The final stand was a simple enough sim pair. Oh, baby! One target shot away from a trap right in front of the stand, and the other was a teal shooting up into the air at 35 yards.
Oh.
Again, with that low afternoon sun, this second target forced either an early shot or a late one.
The rules of sporting clays is, it doesn't matter what the overall score was, as long as you beat him on a stand, you beat him.
All done with our shooting, it was time for lunch in the Holland Holland clubhouse. This was mixed in with speeches about exactly what Race Against Dementia is all about.
So what we do as a charity is we take scientists when they...
Lydia, you are in charge of the operation of Race Against Dementia.
We know now that around 1 in 3 people born today is going to develop some kind of dementia in their lifetime.
It's quite scary.
It's terrifying, and even more so, 1 in 2 people is going to be affected by that, and that's either having it or caring for somebody. So we know there's a substantial cost of dementia. That's why Race Against Dementia exists, really with the aim to use a Formula One mentality to try and inspire the next generation of dementia researchers.
You guys have come in and said, faster, more, better.
We look at teamwork, we look at innovation, we look at attention to detail.
So we match up our researchers with mentors. We try and find people from the Formula One industry that have lots of experience that they can then apply to dementia research. We put our researchers through a high performance training themselves. They look at their exercise, their diet, their sleep patterns, you know, the way that they are kind of mentally strong when they go into a big important day.
Interesting.
And we've found that that's actually having an impact in the way that they're working, the way that they're approaching the problems that they're trying to solve.
We look at resilience, how do you come back from those setbacks?
Because it's a huge problem, it's a tricky problem, and it's a big puzzle. The brain is a really complicated organ.
It's really kind of you all to show up for a very good cause. Dementia is a very bad illness, and we've got to find a cure in my lifetime.
It's all about disrupting normal practices. Science can be quite hierarchical, it's quite historic, and by adding a perspective from a different industry, in this case Formula One, high performance sport, we feel like we're mixing up the way things are done in science.
Turbocharging science.
Absolutely.
I implore you to take 5 minutes, head to their website, and learn more about the different types of dementia, as well as some of the groundbreaking work this team is doing. And if you can donate to the cause, I know it would be much appreciated. Speech is done, it was time for a prize giving, where there was a rather big surprise.
Without further ado, the first prize goes to the top gun, and it's a tie, but I'm disqualifying one of these golden shots. So the top gun is a tie between Nathan Hales, but the prize goes to Jonathan Carter.
Three of us were tied on the same top score, but seeing as Nathan and Alex were in the winning team, the individual winner went to me.
But it was proving to be very useful in my research.
Days like these are great fun. But they also help these charities continue their good work.
Couldn't do it without you, so thank you very much.
Next time you get the chance to attend something like this, do it. They are truly days to remember.